Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 27 and today we're back for a very big game. We're still in the One Day County Cup, but we're back for a semi-final against Kent as we progressed to the finals and got through one round. Last year, you may remember, we got called out at the quarter-final stage, so we've gone one better this season and we're still in with a chance to win it. So we're going to get into the match in a moment and we'll show you the entirety of our batting innings. Hopefully we'll get to bat first, because at the moment we've been chasing in recent times, and although we have won a number of the games, we haven't been entirely convincing. But very quickly, a massive thank you to everyone that continues to support the series. I really do appreciate it. If you're not up to date, then please do go back and catch up from the start. There have been plenty of ups and downs along the way, particularly at club level in the early days, before we found some consistency here at Yorkshire. If you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for 3 episodes a week from this career, as well as our Ashes Test playthrough beforehand and daily FM19 content. But let's go and have a look at the last couple of games we've played. I think we've had 3 off camera in total. So if we go firstly and look at the last couple of group stage games, which we played over the last few weeks. In the final game we played against Nottinghamshire, and unfortunately we lost by 6 wickets. Again, a pretty poor score with the bat. We've not been in great form in recent weeks. 13 off 15, not the best start, though we did take 2 for 2 with the ball. An incredible bowling display, but not enough to stop Nottinghamshire, as we were really poor as a side with the bat. Although Adam Life did brilliantly on 81, no one else even made it to 40. So couldn't even manage half of his score, though off 10 overs we've got a ridiculous economy. 9 maidens and then just 1 ball that went for 2. Aside from that, we didn't concede any runs. Then the match before that was against Warwickshire. This is where we sealed our place in the quarter-finals. A really good win by 11 runs, though again we weren't a superstar in it. We took 1 for 6 with the ball, which certainly contributed to our victory, but only 18 off 39 balls. We did see off the worst of the new ball, but we didn't do particularly well, and we had by far the worst strike rate in our team, as we're still playing a little bit defensively at times. I know that we keep getting out outside off stump, but when we don't play there, we do look a little bit more vulnerable, as we've not got that free-flowing nature to our game. So certainly something we've got to be aware of and think about when we get back to first-class action. But a decent win for the side overall, and then of course we played our quarter-final last time out. It was against Hampshire in the end where we got through. A really decent display in the end. We made it with just over 3 overs to spare, and you can see we did slightly better with the bat. 29 off 42, but Johnny Bairstow saved the day. He got a quick fire 84, and in the end Hampshire weren't able to stop him. Although we didn't take any wickets in this game, 0 for 15, again very economical, and that was off 9 overs on this occasion, so we managed to keep the run rate down. And in the end it meant we just have enough wickets in hand to make sure we got through to the semi-finals. And that's where we pick up today against Kent, so hopefully we'll be able to put in a good display. We'll go and get into the match and see what the pitch is like, and then hopefully when we come back for the toss, Joe Root will make sure we're batting first. Again, it's a medium standard pitch, by far the most common we've had in this career. At club level it was pretty much every game, and here it's probably around half. So we'll go and get into the match at Headingley, and fingers crossed we'll get to bat first and put on a good display and return to form. We're back for the toss then. Kent are calling. They've gone for head, so let's see what it lands as, and then we'll probably have to wait an eternity to find out what we're doing first. Kent win the toss on a standard pitch, so we've no idea what they're going to go for. Will they bat or bowl first? They've chosen to bat, so we're going to go and have to bowl off camera. We'll probably get most of our overs, as we have done in recent times, and then we'll be back after that as we try to chase a total. Hopefully it won't be too high. Okay, we're back at the halfway point and look what we've got to chase down. Sam Billings, a player that's played for England in the one day side plenty of times. He got an unbeaten 117. Things were looking brilliant for us early on, but Kent have scrambled their way to 255 despite our 2 wickets for just 4 runs. Again, a ridiculous economy. It's something that unfortunately has carried from club to county level, and once we get the captaincy at this level again, we'll stop bowling so often just to make the game a bit more fair. But if we look early on, Kent were in disarray. 53 for 5 at one point. We came into the attack with them 3 wickets down, and we very quickly got Sean Dixon out, and then Vian Mulder the very next over for a duck. That was off just 5 deliveries, both LBW, as we're starting to bowl a little fuller, something we'll show a bit more of when we get to the T20 tournament later in the season. So we got them down to 53 for 5, and it was about 90 for 5 when we finished our spell, but unfortunately we didn't take many wickets from there. Just Carver getting Alex Blake for 66, and then it was a big partnership between Billings and Stewart to finish the innings for Kent. But 255 is certainly a total we can chase, and now we've just got to contemplate whether we go all out attack early on and try and give our side a big start, or do we go a bit more defensive and try and stick there for the whole innings. I guess it will depend on how our partner starts. We'll start with our usual leg side plan to try and get one off almost every delivery, and if we can see that our partner's being slow to start with, which is Gary Balance as usual, then we'll go a bit more aggressive, and if we get out then so be it. So we'll be back in a moment to face our first ball. Hopefully this will be a special day for us. Okay, we're back for the first ball, and it looks like a medium pacer Haggett. It's a short ball outside leg stump. We hook it above our head, a way we've got out on many occasions, but we do start with a comfortable single. Gary Balance on strike for the second ball. He now knows he's not going to face any short stuff, so hopefully he'll be more aggressive. Well, we're back 3 balls later, but Gary Balance has only managed a single. It's a really good line across the left-hander, and we're going to have to be careful we don't get out early. Once we get a chance, we will go and attack, but I do struggle against the medium pacers slightly. I misjudge the slower deliveries and change of pace, so we'll be quite careful to start with. I say that as we ran a very dodgy single. The fielder got there quicker than we expected, but we do get through for 1 in the end, and we retain the strike at 3 without loss. Not the best start and a very streaky first over, and now we've got another medium pacer to face. We can tell from the run up it's a little bit shorter, and again we hit it far too early, so it will just be 1 when we could have had a boundary. Gary Balance back on strike for the second ball. Half the over gone and we've got a problem already. Gary Balance is out and now it's leaning into the attack. He's got a single to put us back on strike as we do time one perfectly off the medium pacer. It rushes away to the boundary on the leg side and we get the first 4 for Yorkshire in this innings. Now it's been dictated we'll have to stick around as we've already lost a wicket in the first 2 overs. Podmore coming over the wicket again. It's a short ball which we tried to pull away, but it didn't really bounce up at all in the end, a bit unusual from a consistent pitch. Final ball of the over to see off then. Hopefully it'll drift to the leg side. In the end it just beats our outside edge as it comes across the left-hander beautifully. 2 overs gone and we're 9 for 1. Not the best start for Yorkshire. 7 balls later and Jack Leaning's managed to add 6 more. We get 1 on leg stump and we thunder it for 4 to the leg side. You know it's our favourite area of the ground and we're certainly going to take advantage in this one. Yorkshire move on to 20 and we now get into double figures. What it does mean is we won't have a complete failure again, even if we do get out pretty quickly. That ball's coming across the bat there, so considering our run rate's pretty good early on, we are just going to leave them through to the keeper. Let's see if we can score off the next ball though. It's a short one which we don't know what to do with. They're not really bouncing up, so I think we'll play off the front foot next time. Play entirely off the front foot to the medium pacers and see if it yields any success. This one's across the stumps but not far enough. We get it away. Will it reach the boundary? It does. The fielder can't get there. Another boundary to the leg side, and I think all 3 have gone in a pretty identical position. I apologise if I'm talking a little bit quickly. It's currently 39 degrees in here, and as an Englishman I just can't handle the heat, so I complain every time it's above 25. We nearly get ourselves run out there as we have to cancel the run pretty quickly. 5 overs gone and look what's happened now. Jack Leaning's got himself out too, so we're joined by the England skipper Joe Root. Though our success doesn't change, I'm not sure if this one will quite reach the boundary. I think the fielder's going to get there, so in the end we won't take the risk and we'll just go through for 2. Joe Root's on 4 off 4 at the other end, but Yorkshire losing early wickets just as Kent did in their innings. Podmore's closed up that gap on the leg side, so it's more likely to be singles now, but again again it's on the stump so we can edge it away, and that is going to be a very easy one. Joe Root back on strike, hopefully he'll hog it for a little while. Joe Root did see off the rest of the over, as Haggett's back in at the other end. He only managed to add 2 runs though, so that does put a little more pressure on us. The first shot of the over isn't a good one, we really should have got at least a single there. We're going at over 6 and over though, so we don't need to panic about the odd dot ball. It's important we don't lose discipline, as we have a couple of times already this season. This one off the back foot from a short ball, well outside leg stump, and it's a very easy single to get Root back on strike. Hopefully he'll start to get settled. Joe Root added just 2 more off the over, and we've had a dot ball from Podmore already. Let's see what we can do from the second of his over. Just an edge single to the leg side. Although the fielder's had to chase it there, he's just been beaten, so we're going to come back for a second. He's certainly been the more expensive of the 2, although he has taken a wicket as well. We're back on strike again as we managed to get through for 2, and they've opened up that space on the leg side if we can time this ball right. Unfortunately we hit it a little bit early, so it is just going to be 1, but we keep that run rate ticking over, and as long as we rotate the strike we should be fine in this one. 8 overs gone and Joe Root's starting to speed up now. He's on 14 off 15 and they've spread that field on the leg side there, so if we get the shots right we should be able to get 2, but I'm not going to take the risk as the fielder gets there quickly. We'll just settle for a single and move on to 50 with Yorkshire. Joe Root does the same, a single off 2 balls at the other end, so we're going to try and go leg side, but that one beats the outside edge, really swung away from the left-hander. 2 more balls in the over, and although we're going at just over 1 a ball, we are certainly having a few scares. It's Haggett charging in again, short ball on leg stump, and unfortunately we swing wildly and get absolutely nowhere near the ball. So the last ball of the over is our final chance to get a run. Here Haggett comes in for his final ball. Are we able to do anything with it? To the leg side it'll just be 1, and we keep the strike for the 10th over. We've finally got some pace to work with. The 10th over, and they've brought in a fast medium pacer. He's a left armer who's bowled it straight into the stumps. We've made a really poor decision to run, but the fielder's throw just misses the stumps, and Joe Root survives as we nearly run him out. Not a good way to build a relationship with the England captain. We probably don't want to try that again. Oliver Jones is a medium pacer, a 3rd one in at the other end, and didn't he used to be our teammate at Leeds? I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure we had an all-rounder called Oliver Jones, and I know he was a right-arm medium pacer. David Willey's in at the other end. Joe Root's got himself out as well. He's been caught and bowled by Klassen, 17 off 20 for him. We're still in on 25 at 1 a ball, and I think we're going to have to start hogging the strike soon. Just a single as we trust David Willey, but if we get past him, Bairstow and Life, we will have to keep the strike for the entire innings. 2 balls left in the over and we're back on strike. David Willey finally gets off the mark and we get an easy one to put him back on strike, but he's only got to face 1 more ball. I guess based on this innings we're not the only one who struggles with medium pace bowling, as we're still going at above the required run rate. It's outside off stump and we slash at it completely. Remind myself we don't need to take that risk. Ill discipline is going to cost us. We don't need to score off the odd one on the offside. We can just hold the strike until we get a good delivery. That one's to the leg side for a single. David Willey will go back on strike. Oliver Jones back in, just 3 off his first over, but we get 1 to the leg side there, so a good start for us on this occasion. Back in to face Klassen, who obviously got that key wicket of Joe Root. He's bowled outside off stump, and we try to defend it, but we don't get there in time, so it rushes down to the man at mid-off. We've gone to first class mode here, as Klassen's bowling a good line and length. That's the first one that's drifted and we get a single off it, 4 leads beforehand, and we move on to 68 with Yorkshire. We're doing pretty well ourselves as we finally move into the 30s, but we're running out of partners very quickly as the medium pacer's back in. David Willey's now got to 13, we've just got to make sure he doesn't get out. The bowlers are now all coming around the wicket, which is making it even more difficult for us, but we start the over with a single off Jones, and David Willey can now be aggressive. He chooses not to be, he just plays a single, puts us back on strike immediately, and we try to return the favour. 6 singles and over do the trick from here. David Willey's seen out the over, and we're just going above the required run rate. Classen's in again, and we go to the leg side. It's boring getting ones to the leg side each time, but it is effective at the moment. We've got to rebuild with David Willey, as we've lost wickets galore at the start. Kent had to do the same against us, and we've got to make sure we compete with them. Willey's on 17 now. He is keeping the strike rate up enough. We're both going at around 5s, and that should mean we stay in the match, even if we miss out on the odd single. Just one again there as Willey's back on strike. He'll face the last ball of Classen's over. 85 for 3, and it's Podmore back into the attack. He's been by far the most expensive bowler so far, and we get a run off his first delivery, and we'll let David Willey be aggressive. He's got confidence in the 20s, so hopefully he'll go all out attack. I say as he just plays a single to get us back on strike. It seems like he's got the same game plan as us at the moment, and to be honest it's been pretty effective, so we'll happily let him continue. We return the favour, 3 singles off the first 3 balls. That's all we've got to do to win this match. No risk really needed from either batsman. Haggett back in as we continue with the next over. All the fielders have gone out on the leg side, and we place it with a controlled shot very well, and we nearly try and get through for 2, but the fielder gets in like lightning, and we have to be very careful to cancel it. Just 1 off the first ball, and David Willey faces the rest of the over, adding another 6 runs for Yorkshire. We're just 4 away from that 100 mark now, and we've not even 20 overs gone. We have dipped just below the required rate, but another single there gets us back on track, and we're now edging in towards 100s. You may have seen at the end of the last highlight that David Willey got to face a no ball. It was a free hit, and he's added to the run tally there, taken Yorkshire on to 108, and he's moved on to 37. We're continuing to rotate the strike, and again he's got a free hit to work with. He manages to get a couple of runs there, and we're now back on strike with 2 balls left in the over. The one slight issue with this game is it does leave the free hit message up, even though it's not actually a free hit for us, and we're going to get 2 there as we place it well, and on the leg side it's another couple. We've moved into the 40s ourselves now, 41 off 45 deliveries, and again we're going to get a single there. We probably could have tried to place it for 2, but I want to keep the strike for the next over. Selfishly, we can think we're just 8 away from a half century now, as it's bowled outside off stump, and we're going to get through a single despite a poor shot, as the man at extra cover gets around. Oh dear, we're back for the next over. It's a new bowler. We'll worry about that in a moment, but David Willey got out for 44. Podmore, the expensive bowler, got him again. He wasn't able to survive the medium pacer, and now it's 1-2-1 for 4 after 22 overs, and we're starting to drop below the run rate as well. A bit of a concern at this stage, and we might have to be more aggressive than we'd like to soon. Let's just make sure we get to our half century, and then we'll go all out attack if needed. It might be a slightly longer episode as a result. If we get to 50, we will probably end the episode, and then we'll come back for the second half of the innings and try and be a little bit more aggressive. Okay, Grant Stewart, the new bowler, coming in. Another medium pacer. We pull to the leg side for another one as Adam Life joins us at the crease. I'm not sure if that means Johnny Bairstow's not playing, as normally he comes in at 6. Hopefully he's just been moved down a place as Adam Life gets off the mark. We've got 2 balls left in the over, no spin interestingly yet in this innings, and we miss out as the ball goes past the outside edge. We don't want to lose our wicket now. We're back to face Podmore halfway through his next over. Life has got another single, but it's not too good for us at this stage. We're just playing for 1 still. Once we get to 50 we'll reevaluate. I really want to face a little bit of spin, as that's when we can be more aggressive. Unfortunately it looks like we're just getting medium pacers though, as Stewart continues over the wicket. Again we try and pull to the leg side, but we're really starting to lose our focus now. It's not been the best innings so far, even though we're nearly at 1 a ball and we have got 45 runs. It's been a little bit streaky, but as long as we stay in I guess that's fine. Another single takes us to 46 as the run rate's really slowed down. Some different gaps on the leg side now. We might try and beat this fielder for 4. Can we get round him here? We can, but we haven't beat the fielder in the deep. He gets round from square leg, and unfortunately it's just going to be 1. It's Podmore again then around the wicket. 8 overs he's bowled now. This one's on the stumps and we can get it away, but it is just going to be 1. Adam Life back on strike at the other end as we edge closer to our 50. 48 off 55 then. Adam Lyth into double figures. It's outside off and we're just defending. It's so frustrating doing that at this point, but we are just about on par for the run rate as Adam Lyth's added a few runs, and I think we've got to make sure we get to 50 and be in with 10 overs to go so we can attack when our side need it. That one's gone over our head, so it should be a wide. Is the umpire going to oblige? He doesn't, he just gives one for the over. Halfway through it and we're yet to add runs. We need to make sure we get one soon. But even so, we won't be tempted outside off. We're going to try and play to the leg side, and if we keep missing then so be it. 2 balls left in the Stewart over. He's coming around the wicket and we just faced dot balls so far, but we do finally get a single to deep mid wicket, and it is going to move us on to 138. Certainly not enough at this point. Right, the paceman's back in Klassen. We're on 49 off 59. A single to get to the half century. It comes in towards the stumps and we miss it. It just grazes past off stump. How it didn't take it out, I don't know. But we survive and we've got to be more careful. We've got to make sure we get our half century. This one's wide, so we just leave it. We'll catch up the run rate afterwards. We've got a new fast medium pacer. It's Mulder, who we bowled out for a duck earlier on. He'll be trying to catch us out here, but we get a single to the leg side. We move on to 50. It's a fantastic innings. Adam Lyth back on strike, and we've got to make sure we continue the job. There's no cause for celebration yet. 50 off 62, one of our slower knocks, and only 3 boundaries, which is remarkable by our standards. They were all very early on as well, so it's been a torturous innings since then. We're going at roughly the run rate required, so we don't need to take too many risks yet, but we are going to leave this episode here just on a bit of a cliffhanger, partly because I'm aware it's getting very long now, and also because it's absolutely boiling in here. And as I've said at the start, I'm an Englishman who can't cope, so you're going to have to forgive me on this occasion. If you did enjoy the episode and the innings so far, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Of course we'll be back in the next one to complete this match and this innings. I'm so determined to make it to the end, or at least get our side into a dominant winning position. If we can be the hero to get them to the final, hopefully that will grab attention from abroad. We really want to start playing at the highest level possible. We feel we're almost ready now, and it's been a fairly consistent season, only one real failure with the bat. We're a good contributor with the ball too, and we are making an impact at this level, and fingers crossed we'll continue to do that after we get through this match and back to first class level. Let me know in the comments when you think we should go in this innings. Obviously in the next episode I've really got to think, when is the right point to go aggressive? I know if we lose Lyth and Bairstow, a bit like Ben Stokes in the Ashes test a week or so ago, I'll just have to start attacking. But if those two are in, when do I press the switch? Do we wait until 10 overs to go, or do we just pick a certain bowler? Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone who continues to support the series, as well as the Ashes test playthrough we did beforehand. I really can't thank you enough for giving it a try, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. There's also daily FM19 content from my One Club story. We're trying to take Torquay United to the top of English and European football, and there's 5 episodes a week from that one, every Sunday to Thursday at 4:30. We'll also have plans for FM20 releasing over the channel over the next few weeks, so keep your eyes peeled on that one for news, and we'll react to some announcements about changes in the game. Then finally our Snooker 19 career continues every Friday at 4:30. We're into the last tournament of the series in that one as we play through the Snooker World Championship. Can we get over the line and win the title? I hope we'll find out over the next few weeks. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for a massive episode as we try to complete a famous victory for Yorkshire.